We're here with Copley head coach Dave Antal. Dave, thanks for joining us. Dave is our coach of the year. You led Copley to an undefeated regular season, and you didn't lose until the state semifinal against St. Ignatius. Talk a little bit about this team compared to others that you've coached in the past, and kind of what made them so special.
Well, I know Chris alluded to it earlier. One of the things that made us special was the tight, close-knit family that they became. As far as the team, hands down, and we've had some amazing teams at Copley, the best team that I've coached, the best team that I've seen in high school soccer at Copley. And they were just an amazing group to watch, game in and game out. Their goal was to get better, and except for the end of the year when we unfortunately lost, we continued to get better, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of.
Absolutely. Now, you had a lot of talented players on this team. How did they stack up to some other players that you've coached in the past? As far as maturity and their chemistry together on the field.
Well, chemistry was second to none. In 2011, we were lucky enough to have gone to the state semifinal as well, and that group had chemistry. They weren't quite as talented as this group was, but their chemistry was the best I'd ever seen. And so we had talked about it, in the locker room at training about, that was our goal. If we can find a way to be that type of team with the talent we have, then we have a chance to be successful. And, I think they matched that level of chemistry, but the talent is what set them apart and what has set them apart.
Talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy and how it's evolved over the years, and how you applied it to this group of kids you had.
Well, I was very lucky enough to play at Copley myself for a great coach named Doug Borma, who's a volunteer assistant at CVCA now, and then went to University of Akron and played for Ken Lola. And between my club coaches and my college coaches and my high school coach, I sort of developed a philosophy of letting players play. And I think as a player, the better you're able to express yourself in the game, the better you can be. And the last thing I would want to do is stop a player who, like a Chris Brennan or a Sky Harder who has, talent coming out of their ears. My job is to help control that talent into a team setting. And I think that's one of the things that helped us is having an amazing, talented group of players. And I think that with my coaching staff, Kyle Giosit's my assistant, we were able to, play the chess game and put the pieces in the right place.
Right. Were there any particularly difficult situations this season that you encountered where you really had to take the reins as head coach and kind of steer your players in the right direction?
I don't think that there was a time this year where we felt like we had to do any other type of coaching aside from getting better every day. I mean, the kids that play soccer at Copley, fortunately enough, I have had experience with in the youth program, and so they know coming into it that you come to training to get better every day. And we didn't really have to change anything from game 1 to game 22. We came in with a mindset of we're going to get better every day, and we're going to do everything we can to help give us an opportunity to win games. And the kids believe that, and they embrace that, and they have a spirit about them that's their goal. And you come to one of our training sessions, and the kids are working just as hard in training as they do in a game. And to have that at the high school level is amazing.
Yeah. All right. That's David Antal, head coach at Copley.
Thanks.